The promenade here, you see the word blockchain written at several places, and companies, and including Indian companies, talking about that, trying to basically even do a bit of advocacy when it comes to blockchain technology. In that context, what are the newer areas that TCS is working on? What can you share with us? First you, and then Amit, the same question to you.
Yeah. So blockchain as a technology offers immense possibilities, of course, to decentralize various services that are delivered by large companies. Of course, the big one that started was in the banking arena, and of course, TCS as a leading player in the banking space has invested in that and built platforms that are based on blockchain. But it also offers immense capabilities to digitize and simplify transactions and to also decentralize transactions in all industries. We are, of course, working, for example, in industries including in travel, for example, with large airlines, how to, where the volumes of transactions are very high, and how to, decentralize the processing of that.
Amit.
Yeah. So first of all, Siddharth, I think going back to your earlier question, I think maybe customers or industries might take a breather, but there is so much more to do, right? So you talked about new technologies. I feel even cloud, we've been talking about it for 4 or 5 years now. And in my view, we're still just a quarter done.
Oh, okay.
Right? So we call cloud 2.0, which is essentially going away from a consumption-based view of cloud to a business-based view of cloud. And we've been talking about reimagination of businesses and industries on the cloud using data and AI. So that's, to me, it is at least a 10, 15-year marathon. This is not a sprint. I think second, the technology innovation hasn't stopped. So blockchain is there. You also would have heard a lot about metaverse, which is also a theme of World Economic Forum this year. 5G and really empowering edge. And ultimately, I see it's not just individual technologies, but how they come together to transform. And I think that's going to be very compelling, how we bring multiple things together.
I'm
To
tempted
transform.
at this stage, as we wind down this conversation, to ask you a few years later down the line, will this conversation be held in the metaverse? I still don't understand it, perhaps not even 1%. Is that a possibility?
It's not either or. So both formats will stay. I mean, there is no replacement of meeting you in person here. But I could do an interview with your avatar on Metaverse.
Okay, Sapta, the final question. Many years back, almost well over 2 decades back, I experienced the first satellite phone call in Switzerland, in Geneva, not here at Davos, and I was fascinated. And I was struck by the potential for a country like India. Tragically, sat phones were used after that when the Bhuj earthquake happened. And ever since, this question comes to me every time. There are certain technologies that have immense potential. And again, this is not a TCS question. I'm asking this perhaps to both of you as experts in the tech field. Many technologies don't deliver on their potential. Is that a fear that you see for India as well? We see a lot that is spoken about but doesn't percolate down to the masses.
No, the value proposition of certain technologies, especially satellite, is applicable to low densely populated areas, especially rural areas which are not connected. I would not say India, because India, I would say, has leapfrogged quite a bit. I think we have fiber going into most of the towns and villages. But
And
many
we now
countries,
have an Indian sort of backing the space consortium.
but if you go to the larger geographies which have a very large landmass but very low concentration of people, it is not economically viable to take fiber or other technologies there. That's where satellite has an immense potential. Of course, I'm sure you are tracking the new company that has been launched on satellite,
Yes.
which is showing the potential of satellite technologies to bring people onto the bring people wide band access. Yeah.
You were talking about 5G. You want to go ahead?
No, I think if you look at the digital a series of digital technologies, whether it is IoT, cloud, AI, data, to me, that technology is all about masses. It is about solving India's access problem. And really democratizing access. Unlike satellite phones, which were perhaps extremely expensive for a mass usage, If you see how India with Aadhaar platform and several digital interventions that government has put in place, how it is propagating the innovation, it's amazing.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.